Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Parasphere. Yes, they are here, and they've always been sphere.
Viewers of my YouTube channel, which if you just go to YouTube and put in Need to Know and Coulthart, you will come across documentaries that I've made for Channel 7 Australia. And in one that I made in 2022, I interviewed a guy in Texas called Jim Marlin, who told this incredible, and I emphasize, extraordinarily, almost unbelievable story about this metallic sphere that he has possession of. And
how large are these spheres?
I beg your pardon?
Sorry, how large are we speaking of?
The sphere that he had is sort of, it's about that big.
Okay.
I think it's, from memory, it was about 40 to 50 pounds.
For those listening, Ross just gestured with his hands, and it's approximately arm's length, so that's 2 to 3 feet.
And very solid. He'd never opened it. He'd never tried to cut it open. He didn't want to cut it open, but he claimed that it was moving under its own control at times. And he basically told me this elaborate story about how he'd got it from a friend of his who'd literally seen it fall out of some kind of craft that hovered over his property. And I ran the story because I've been talking to people now for some time who've been telling me about sightings of metallic spheres all over the world, and that there is a phenomenon that multiple witnesses have seen where metallic spheres operating under apparently their own propulsion with no visible means of propulsion are intelligently moving around aeroplanes, objects in the sky. They're videoed, they're photographed. And I've also spoken to people in sensitive areas in your government, in the US government, who've told me that this is something that needs to be taken seriously. And what's fascinating is in the most recent UAP hearing, people, again, I just find it amazing how lacking in curiosity most of the media are. Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, the head of ARO, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, the Pentagon's UAP investigation office, somewhat begrudgingly admitted that, yes, there are anomalous metallic spheres doing anomalous things, moving in anomalous ways that have been seen all over the world that they cannot explain. And a number of them have been photographed or videoed by American military assets, notably in the Middle East, and captured on video or photographs. And it's interesting because since I did that documentary on Channel 7 Australia, my life has not been my own. I have been swamped with people sending me videos, photographs, personal accounts of seeing these metallic spheres. I had one yesterday. A guy sent me an account of he and his girlfriend lying in grass in a field somewhere in, I think it was Macedonia, and they look up and there's this metallic sphere hovering right above their heads. And ultimately, people say witness evidence isn't worth a jot, but we send people to prison on witness evidence. We convict people and give them the death sentence on witness evidence. And when you have, as I now have, hundreds of people, if not thousands actually, hundreds of people testifying that they have seen these anomalous metallic spheres doing weird things, I think it should be investigated. And so, interestingly, begrudgingly, the Pentagon's ARO office has admitted it should be investigated as well. And this is the thing that amuses me, is that everybody in the mainstream media either ignored or wrote off the most recent UAP hearing. But you actually had an admission from the head of the Pentagon's UAP investigation office that, yeah, there are anomalous things that we can't explain. We have to admit that. These include metallic spheres. Now, one of the things he didn't explain is, how did he know they were metallic? Have they recovered them? I mean, I wonder. And so what we've done is, in collaboration with Professor Gary Nolan, Jim Marlin, the Texas owner of at least one of these spheres, and I know owners of other spheres are hopefully able to collaborate with Professor Nolan, and he's getting access to a sophisticated materials analysis laboratory, and we're in our own time going to do our own analysis. And it'll be interesting to see what results eventuate, and we will report on those results if and when we can do so. And I think, frankly, that's what's got to happen here, because I know that the US government knows a lot more about these metallic spheres than it's prepared to let on. I have to be very guarded in what I say because I have to protect sources. But suffice to say, I think the public will get to hear some very interesting information about those objects in due course.
What's the
Thank you for watching the Parasphere. We hope you enjoy our videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more historical accounts, sightings and disclosure of these sphere UFOs from the past and present. And remember, keep your eyes to the skies and stay curious.